So I wanted to tell you a bit about our launch that happened last week. We launched our new product called Tins of Hope. I wanted to show it to you first. So here it is. We are making it in lemongrass and in lavender lime. And then the third one is sweet orange. Huge thank you to my friends Nancy and Laura who helped me come up with the name. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the impact of Tins of Hope. The backbone of our impact is our suppliers. So our mission is to provide useful products and to prevent human trafficking through fair trade job creation. So connecting the dots just a little bit, one of the primary drivers of human trafficking is poverty. When you put people who are at risk from financial duress in close proximity with people who use fraud to prey on people who are poor, which traffickers do, it makes them vulnerable. So if you give them a sustainable wage, or you give them the opportunity to earn their own sustainable wage, it makes them less vulnerable and their whole families. They don't need to believe the lies of traffickers who would come in and offer their daughter a job in the city with food and an education. You don't need to believe that so much when you're already educating your own daughter and you're already keeping her in school and she's fed. You're just not in such a vulnerable position. So the two suppliers we're working with, the two partners, are Canaan Fair Trade, which is in Palestine. They're our olive oil vendor. They're a wonderful company. They were frankly the low-lying fruit. It took us 2 years to find our vendors, but they were easy to find and easy to make the decision on. They do 0% loans for people who are starting new businesses. They do all the marketing for the farmers who produce their goods. They're just a wonderful, wonderful company that is doing poverty alleviation really well. The other vendor behind Tins of Hope is, forgive me, thank you, Bean for Life. Mind lapse. Bean for Life is our shea butter vendor, organic fair trade shea butter vendor out of Uganda. And they're another wonderful company. I was so grateful when we found them. They were difficult to find. It was difficult to find shea butter that was certified organic, certified fair trade, and that was truly doing poverty alleviation. So they're working in the northern part of Uganda. If you're familiar with the Lord's Resistance Army and the reign of Joseph Kony, a lot of women in this group, a part of their story is that whole experience of what was going on with the Lord's Resistance Army and the child soldiers in Uganda. So a lot of women are still recovering from that experience, and this is providing employment for some of them. So that's the backbone. I wanted to tell you, though, we've made the decision in the last 6 weeks for sort of the spiritual, emotional health of our company that we're also going to be donating 10% of sales to 3 different organizations that we're thrilled to support and thrilled to be partnering with. The first is International Justice Mission, which is an international human rights organization that fights all types of violence on behalf of the poor. They do work in the space of human trafficking, but they also work in the space of land grabbing in Uganda, people who are unfairly imprisoned throughout the world. They're just a wonderful organization, and we're thrilled to be able to support them in a small way. The other 2 organizations are in a place called Cebu in the Philippines. So Cebu is the 2nd largest city in the Philippines, and it has been known as an adult playground. So a lot of prostitution, heavy and very, very disturbing, dark place in terms of trafficking. So there are 2 organizations that we're supporting in Cebu, and they work in concert with International Justice Mission. The first one is Solid Ground International, and Solid Ground International is a safe house in Cebu. So when women are rescued out of trafficking in Cebu, Solid Ground International gives them a safe place to stay while they're recovering from that trauma. And then the other people that we're supporting is an organization called Red Window Project. And Red Window Project works with women, helping them imagine a different future for themselves. There's a huge issue with re-trafficking because the poverty in the Philippines is so grinding that if they're taken out of this situation where they're being trafficked and sex trafficking, once they're taken out of that, they don't have a way to make a living, so they will literally starve to death. So you have to work with them and help them imagine a different future for themselves. So there are women who are going back to high school and finishing high school, some are even starting college. And again, Red Window is just working with them to help them continue to heal and to imagine a bright future for themselves and to give them the support that they need to do that. So I just wanted to give you a quick reminder about our impact and what we're trying to do. We're wonderfully busy right now, incredibly grateful for that. The launch went very well. We're thrilled, and I think that's all for today. Thank you.